Welcome.
Thank you.
There you go.
Hi, how are you? Before tonight, how many people here knew anything about Sullivan Square? Quite a few people. How many people have been to the sales center, know where that is? A couple of people? Good. We are a mixed-use project that's 16.5 acres. It's located at the corner of Durango and I-215. That's where the whole project will be built out. But to kind of start from the beginning, just want to introduce you very quickly to the developers. That's Glenn Smith and Glenn Development. They're a local development company, which I think is really important. We've had a lot of people, big companies related and who not, come into town, and then, very easily they go back home. Glenn Smith and Glenn lives, breathes, and dies by what they do in Las Vegas, which I think is really important. They have a lot of very successful projects in town, and they also have several more that they're currently working on right now. Another very exciting project that's coming up is going to be located on Stephanie. It's going to be about 3 times the size of Sullivan Square. So just to kind of give you an idea of the company and where they're headed. They're very committed to sustainable communities. Sullivan Square will be one of the largest LEED certified projects in the country once it's fully built out. And they have actually started developing this with a company from Ireland, which is Harcourt's Development, and they're the ones who are bringing the financing to the project. The project is fully funded to the tune of $800 million, and they've fully committed all of that money up front. So whether it takes us, 4 years or 7 years to build this all out, the money is there. That's also really important to know if you are looking at other communities. Make sure that you find that out. There's been something that has happened in Las Vegas due to the city planners that was very, very wise of them. And this happens in most of the communities when they get to a certain size, most of the cities rather. What happens is they designate an area to be a suburban urban core. In Washington, D.C., you have Tyson's Corner. It's an area off of the new Beltway usually that allows for high density. And so where this is in Las Vegas now is an area called West Village, and it's right at the corner of Durango and 215. Currently, it's estimated that there will be 10,000 residential units at that intersection within the next 5 years. Sullivan Square is the first phase of West Village to be built. Now, when you want to invest, where do you want to be? In the major path of development, and that's exactly where this is. If we look a little bit closer at West Village, you see the projects that are there. This is the UNLV Research Park, which is a very exciting project. It is going to be the leading research and technology park for terrorism in the country. And that's 120 acres located right here. We're right here on the corner. We have the Curve site that's still for sale. We don't know what's going to end up going there. And then the KB Centra projects there. Most exciting, though, is the station's casino. We're all familiar with Red Rock Station. Well, it's going to be kitty corner from us, the new Durango station. That's what's going to be there. And then, of course, Sullivan Square is unique because of what it offers. Its retail is all going to be specialty food and services to the people who actually live there. So what you end up with is, the dry cleaners, the Chinese takeout, the restaurants of all kinds, from entry-level pubs to fine dining. We're going to really hand select all of the vendors that are going in there, and I probably get 3 or 4 calls a week on retail, but again, we only have about 22 stores. We're being very selective so that there will actually be uses that you use on a daily, if not weekly basis. And you all know what's going on in Las Vegas. It is a down market, and that's the good news, because you want to buy low in order to be able to sell high, right? Now is the time to buy. There was a quote given by Baron Rothschild. He says, you want to invest when there's blood in the streets, right? Well, guess what? It's bleeding all over the place. Now is definitely the time to buy. We've been getting calls from Dubai this week, from London, from people who want to invest in Las Vegas now because they understand that 40,000 new hotel rooms are going to be delivered in the next 5 years. They see the writing on the wall. And so those are the people, the savvy investors are the ones who are contacting us now when everybody else, like lemmings, is running away. You want to lead the trends, not follow them. So, you know, I think it's really, really important that you understand where we are as Las Vegas, as a city. And, you know, I'm excited about the opportunity that is here because for the first time, the developer is starting to concede and giving us incentives. So for everybody that is here tonight, and for those of you who are realtors, if you bring us a client in the next week, or you buy in the next week, the developer has agreed to pay for your closing costs up to 1.5%, as well as roll all the prices back to first phase pricing. Right? So if you buy our entry-level units, which you can purchase for 5%, where else in Las Vegas can you purchase a high-rise condominium for 5%? Nowhere that I know of. And our other units that are not entry-level, anything above 450,000 and above, is 10% down. And we will work with you on those payments to make them comfortable for you. But again, if you do want to learn some more about investing with Sullivan Square and the opportunity there, we'd be happy to talk to you. My agents are over here. I myself am not an agent. I actually own the brokerage company that's selling Sullivan Square, but I'd be happy to talk to you as well. See me if you have any interest in the retail, information like that. If you actually want to purchase or have a client that you think might want to purchase, see one of the agents. So thank you.